Hey there, beautiful weirdos. Welcome back to the Fabulist Couch Potato, the podcast where we ask life's big questions with the energy of someone who's just woken up from a nap they didn't plan. Oh, I'm your host, Merin John, your emotional support goblin, your cozy blanket with a microphone, and today we are going to talk about something we all feel but rarely unpack: the difference between being alone and being lonely. So let's start with a confession. Okay, so last Saturday night, I was home, lights off, hoodie on, one sock missing. Okay, don't ask me how. I live alone. So the sock thief is either a ghost or I'm just losing arguments with my laundry basket. I made dinner. If you can call eating cereal directly out of a box while standing over the sink dinner, I think the FDA might call it a crisis. But I digress. There I was. No plans, no text coming in, no one waiting for me anywhere, just me. And in that moment, I felt good, like weirdly good. There was no pressure to talk, no decisions to make, no one asking me what I'm doing with my life or why my plants kept dying. It was just peace and the soft crunch of cereal, which is underrated, honestly. That moment, that was being alone. Now, let's flip it. Let's rewind 2 weeks ago. I went to a birthday party. Big crowd, music, dancing, laughter. People talking over each other, hugging, yelling across the room like, "We should catch up!" In that tone, which that means we probably won't. I smiled. I sipped my drink. I laughed when appropriate. But inside I felt like a mannequin in a department store window, perfectly still, watching life go by behind glass. That, that was loneliness. It's funny how loneliness doesn't always show up when you're by yourself. Sometimes it shows up when you're surrounded by people who don't really see you. You could be in a packed room and you can still feel you're on mute. You can still be on a group chat and still feel like no one really hears you. Here is the thing: being alone is a physical state. It means no one else is around. Loneliness, on the other hand, is an emotional one, which means you feel unseen, you feel unheard or disconnected, even from yourself. And we often confuse the two. We treat being alone like it's this tragic, pitiful thing. Like every single person sitting in a cafe alone is one sad adult song away from falling apart. But being alone, it can be magical. Being alone is where you reconnect with your own voice. It's where your brain stops playing other people's playlist and you start humming in its own weird little tune. Alone is where you realize, hey, I actually have some decent thoughts. And also, wow, I talk to myself like a lot, maybe too much. But it's okay, you're in great company. Now, that's not to say loneliness doesn't sneak in. Oh, it does. Sometimes late at night, when everyone else's lights are off, and you start wondering if anyone would notice if you just stopped showing up. Those are the moments that hit hardest. But here's where the emotional plot twist, it comes in. The more you spend time comfortably alone, the better equipped you are to face those lonely moments. Because you start to realize loneliness isn't cured by just being around people, it's cured by being, known first by yourself. You start to enjoy your own company. You dance in the kitchen, you laugh at your own jokes. You find yourself saying things out loud like, wow, I nailed the pancake flip. Like, yes. And there is no one there, but you're still proud. You become your own cheerleader, your own therapist, your own playlist curator, your own safe space. And when you do step into the world again, when you go to the party or the dinner or the awkward work gathering, you're no longer seeking someone else to complete you. You're already whole. You're just looking for someone to vibe with while you eat finger foods or pretend to know how to network. So, if you're listening to this right now in a quiet room, maybe sipping tea or eating dinner, for one, hear me clearly. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're not a sad story just because you're alone. You're someone who has space. Space to grow, space to breathe, space to learn what your own thoughts sound like when the world isn't shouting over them. Being alone doesn't mean no one loves you. It means you love yourself enough to enjoy your own presence. So tonight, I hope you enjoy the silence or the weird little hum of your own fridge or the sound of your cat knocking something off a shelf for no reason or your dog scratching the tile or whatever. And if you feel you are lonely, that's okay too. Don't be afraid to reach out. Text a friend or write a letter or leave me a voice note telling me what cereal you eat over the sink. I'll answer, I promise. Alright, folks, that's emotional. That's enough emotional depth for one episode. I am off to have a hot date with a bubble bath, a book I'll pretend to read, and a cookie I will not share. It's mine.
Joey doesn't share food!
Until next time, stay weird, stay kind, and remember, you're not empty just because you're quiet. Sometimes silence is where the best part of us begin.